Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. We are not evacuating Nigerians that are infected in other countries. Nigerians will be treated in those countries. Federal government. The federal government has said that Nigerians infected by coronavirus will not be evacuated to this country, adding that they will receive treatment in that country of residence. The Minister of Foreign Affairs stated that the positive cases could not wait till they were repatriated home before they start treatment, noting that that would be dangerous to those at home and to the host countries. And as such, we are going to leave every Nigerian who is infected where they are to receive treatment in those countries. The MFA spokesman, Mr. Nwosu, said this on Friday in response to questions by correspondents in Abuja on the plan of evacuation of over 2,000 Nigerians abroad, some of whom have tested positive to coronavirus COVID-19. Responding to the queries on the process for the evacuation, Nwosu stated those who have tested positive will be receiving treatment in their states or countries where they are. Nigerians in China included will not also be brought home since they have tested positive. They will remain in China and be treated there. They are going to wait till they are evacuated, and until we are sure that they are positive, they will not return. The best option is that they would submit themselves to the local authority and receive treatment, because the evacuation of such from their countries where they've been infected will pose danger to the host country, Nigeria. Meanwhile, the number of Nigerians who tested positive for the coronavirus in the capital of China have risen to 74. Our correspondent gathered on Saturday that two more people tested positive on Friday, increasing the number from tested negative after being treated, reducing the number from 74 to 72 by the report of Wednesday. It was learned that in China, where some Nigerians have been infected and the unfair treatment on them, the evacuation plan has started, but for only those who are negative. And as such, the federal government will commit to making sure that everyone who boards on the plane is negative before evacuation. It was gathered that other Nigerians who had been living in the city without valid visas and permits will also get evacuated by the federal government, as it will be difficult for them to live in China otherwise. Findings now show that the reports of racial hate and maltreatment of Nigerians in China has gone to 5 different cities of China, and this has led to the breakout of quarantine and frequency of African restaurants where is their only place of refuge, and as such they will be evacuated as soon as possible. Well, you've heard it all. It's no longer a news that Nigerians that are stuck in China are being maltreated, racial discriminated upon, and it's no longer a news. So Nigerian and other African countries who have their people over there are working on evacuation plan. So by sometime during the weekend, our correspondent had a meeting with one Mr. Wonsu from the federal government, who said Nigerians that have been infected, whether in China or abroad, will have to stay there, be treated before they can come back home. Particularly, our questions were directed to Nigerians who are stuck in China. She said same goes for them, that everyone who is going to get on the plane must be negative, because this will pose a threat to the host country, I mean Nigeria. By the time we evacuate them back home, we know that some of them will be at flight risk, and you know this thing is highly contagious, and it's not something to joke with. So the federal government is saying those that are positive will have to be left behind until they are treated and have tested negative before they can come back home. Also, he said the numbers as at Thursday were 74, but they've started treatment on some of them. Two of them tested negative and has reduced the number to 72. So that's good news and there is progress. But I want to say here that there are also some Nigerians stuck in China who have no visa, or who their immigration status is no longer compliant. He said such will also be evacuated. I just wanted to find out to know what modalities the federal government will be putting in place to get them to come out of their hiding, because we know that they've been dragged out of their hotel, their resident, their homes, and have been humiliated. And it's a shame, that in this age and time, people are still being there is still racial differences, abuse, and maltreatment of humans. This is really this is very, very sad to hear, because China is supposed to have close ties with Nigeria. We know that federal government quickly they are there to borrow money, and as such, federal China and federal government has been having a lot of ties together. So I was thinking that there should be better treatment for her citizens. I know that Nigerian government, they like anything that is the other color other than their skin. Nigerians won't have treated China in that way. Anyhow, anyway, my people, I want to say that's why we are crying and clamoring for our government to put our house in order. Take, for instance, the issue of this coronavirus that's all over the world. If our health system is in place, nobody will be coming to say that five governors are trying to sneak out of the country. They came to take permission from whatever and they were refused. I mean, why do we prefer all the time not to put our house in order? The amount of money that has been budgeted for the health system for only Buhari's administration is well over 11 trillion naira. That is half of what South Africa has used in the same period of time, and they have a standard health care system. We need to put our house in order. Look at education, for instance. You do not hear that the royal family, say Charles or Harry, are going to America, Australia, or Canada to school. It's not done. They go to Oxford, Cambridge, schools in their country. Or did you hear that any of Trump's children or grandchildren are schooling in Nigeria? No, you won't hear that. Why? Because in America, they have built up their educational system that their children, they all have confidence in their educational system. It's very sad that our government have not deemed it fit up until now. We've had how many years since Nigeria gained our independence, but it seems like nothing has been done. Before Nigeria gained our independence, we heard that Nigerians were one of the best, at the forefront of exporting cocoa and palm oil, palm kernel, and we are doing very well. Fantastic. With the discovering of crude oil, Nigeria, our currency was one of the top in the world. Foreigners came to Nigeria to live, to school. You see, some of those containers you see were brought in by foreigners, because that's how they came into the country. That's how they came. Some came as teachers, some came into work. Yes, it happened in Nigeria. The same way Nigerians are going overseas now. Our medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers are all going abroad. Same way, same thing. They were coming over for a better life. But we can make it work again. We can. If we put our hearts to it, one of the ways we can make it work again is by youths getting involved in politics. We've had a cycle of recycling of the old ones ruling Nigeria. Well done, you've done well, but it's time to take a bar. Let the younger ones. We have a lot of Nigerians who have read political science, gifted in administration. Let them occupy the space. So Nigeria can be steered in the right direction. Enough of, you mean that's why we have Nigerians now that are stuck in China and being maltreated, like they did not pay for their flight ticket, pay for their hotel to get into the country. Anyway, my people, this is what we are discussing today. Nigerians stuck abroad and what the federal government is saying, that those who have been infected will stay there and receive treatment, but those who are negative will come home. What are your takes on this matter? Don't forget to leave a comment, like us, subscribe if you have not, so we can keep you up to date. It's great to have you here once again. We do really appreciate you. God bless. Have a good day.